Okay, hello. Can everybody hear me? Um, just in case people are coming in. Hi, we're going from the Youth Bit streams and doing it over to the first. Hi, Lurk. What we're going to do is we're going to try and play TPOF next. First, but I time traveled again first. Yes. I'm gonna message her back. So, let's see. I'm gonna head to collections, and then, where is it? There we go. Install. Yes, install. Create a shortcut as well. Um, might as well take this off because, we're just waiting, and we can chat. Wait, why does it say I'm offline? YouTube Studio. YouTube just wants me to suffer. Okay, we're gonna. So I can't see its stream health. Manage. Okay. Can I see it now? It's saying I'm offline. Bruh, YouTube hates you. Yeah, YouTube does hate me. How far are we in? 32%. We got time to kill. Let's see if we, what if it's like stream selection? There we go. There we go. Now I can see the stuff. Uh, think I got it? It's loading on my end. There we go. It, YouTube just fucking hates me. Come on, load, please. You know what? While it's loading, I'm going to, where is it? What we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some, dancing fruit and vegetables. Because I know chat likes that. And I'm gonna hopefully Says I'm your only viewer, so by default, I'm the coolest. It says I have two, but I go with this one. We'll be right back. Yippee fruit. I stole this idea from FPS Diesel. I'll be right back. Grab some food. Oh wait, sorry. I forgot to switch the screens. Hang on. I just noticed it. Streamer scuff. Streamer scuff. Uh, are we surprised? No. Go. I am so sorry for you missed a little bit of the thing. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Wow, between what I'm seeing and what you're seeing, there's a massive delay. Say bye-bye to dancing fruit. Back. I'll check something real quick. Let's see, status of the upload. It is ready to play. So what we're gonna do, gonna switch over. Wait, no, not yet. Fire up the game. Do 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 do. Okay. Still not loading. It's loading, I promise. That's why you didn't fruit for a little longer. I also got some Sprite. And this is something I noticed about like a lot of my peers within spaces like commentary. A lot of y'all are getting sick, and I'm feeling that little like that all too familiar tickle. I'm guessing it's the weather, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna pause the fruit. Pause the goddamn fruit. Come on, pause the fruit. Okay, I'm gonna full screen this. Is it picking up? Is it picking up? Yes, it's picking up. Fantastic. It's cold season indeed, yeah. But like I've had like repeated bronchitis. Ooh. Preferences. Oh. You're gonna be seeing a lot of the kitty, like the little orange cat more. Um. Oh god. We're gonna turn that down. Welcome back, Jack. Of slates. Start. My name is Gray. Them. Oh, here it is. Text only. This game may use pronouns for the player in some dialogue. Your choice will not affect any body descriptions or gameplay. Only the use of pronouns and some dialogue. Okay, we got is they them sexual. This game contains optional sexual content, including nudity. Hang on. I'm gonna turn this down a little more. Turn up, nice, return. Wait, hold on. Sheeton, you're in Illinois too? Dude. You're a lot closer to me than I thought. Fucking awesome, dude! This game contains optional sexual content, including nudity, non-consensual sex acts, detailed descriptions of sex acts, and sexually explicit art. Turning sexual content off will remove all of these scenes and art from the game. Sexual content is not included in completion rewards or percentages. I thought it was like because you like Illinois is not like a great place, so people like who are not from Illinois are like saying, "Oh, it's not a great place." I didn't think for a second that you were from Illinois. Good. Hey, they're waking up. Oh, just a sec. Something was pressed against my face. I barely had time to register the sound of a car's engine before I passed out again. Especially Chicago. Yeah, Chicago's like the worst place for it because, like a few houses down for me, like I'm not in Chicago. Born and raised in a small town in Illinois. Like a few houses down from me is literally a crack den. Like it's bad here, guys. Where? Whoa. Where am I? I looked down, horrified to see only shackles. I couldn't see anyone else. Hello? Yo! Suddenly, a cheerful tone ran through speakers placed around the room. Good evening and welcome! Ladies and gentlemen, have I got a treat for you? They're fresh, healthy, and alert. I'm sure they'll be versatile enough to fulfill any of your needs. The voice chuckled softly. Now, I'm sure you all know the drill. Start asking questions, and you lovely folks can begin bidding at any time. I'm in the way! Hang on! I gotta make myself tiny! Fuck! I did not think a lot of this through. Where is my little guy? Give me my little guy. What we're gonna do, can I flip? No! Flip! Flip horizontal, and then we, no, that's the wrong one. Okay, now we flip the correct direction. There we go. We're just gonna cover the stacks. There's literally been a bunch of carjackings at my job recently. What the fuck? Chicago, Illinois. Yeah. Get around with it! I know what you are. Shut up, unless you're bidding. You sound like a hag. You little shit. I bet you can't even afford anything here. Get back to... No. Shouldn't we have our passion Should we save our passion for the main event? For a moment, the voices went silent. Shall we ask our item some questions and begin the bidding? Yes, please. Excellent. Let's begin. We'll start the bidding at 100. I wondered briefly about what it was even 100 of. I decided I didn't want to think. I don't want to know what I was worth. Here's our first question. What are you doing here? What the fuck? What kind of question is that? We're gonna save here. How the hell should I know? 110. Wonderful! Now, do you consider yourself to be athletic? No, I'm not athletic, I'm abyssal. Hi, Mr. Gamer! We're currently being sold at auction! There's no point in lying. Not really. 130. Here's a fun one. Are you scared? I'm being sold at auction, of course I'm scared. What the heck kind of questions are these? I doubted that I could hide the shaking in my legs anyway. Fine, yeah. 150. Okay, let's see. How much money do you make? Sir, are you the fucking IRS? I don't care who the IRS sends, I'm not paying. I'm practically broke. Good. Okay. How well do you follow instructions? I'm not answering any of your instructions. 610. Oh, this one's interesting. Are you a virgin? Oh, fuck. Don't clip me! Don't fucking clip me. I am feeling someone's gonna clip this. Yes. Why did you get animated? What the hell? 210. Ugh, you're disgusting. Shove a sock in it, bitch. Don't worry, just a couple left. Do you enjoy camping? So they're stunned for a moment. What does that have to do with any of this? I hate camping. I look down. I'd rather be camping than here, though. 220. Alright. You're doing wonderfully. Last question. Who do you want to go home with? What? I looked at the windows across from me in the dark room. Okay. This is where we're gonna do player input. We're gonna do chat's input. Where is it? Wrong thing. Over here. You guys are gonna pick. Yeah, you guys are gonna pick. Do I go home with? Okay, poll is up. I'm letting you decide who I'm going, which I'm starting. And I'm kind of scared. Okay, we got 1 vote for green. We're gonna make this stream fun. We're gonna see who we're going home with. Okay, if green is in the lead. I am evil. Oh no. Oh, I got like 2 messages, so I'm gonna check out. Okay, check. Okay, 3 votes. We need 1 more vote. Damn, I should have done red. Yep, I was first to go green. I saved it just in case. Okay. Who you pick first? I'm just gonna make separate save files for each of the colors. So 1 for green, 1 for blue, and 1 for red. And then we're gonna run the poll again and see who we truly do first, okay? Does that sound good? Type 1 in chat if that's cool with you. Be good. Okay. Did everyone vote or just like? I'm gonna assume the 1 vote was for red. We're gonna end the poll. Green goes first. Don't worry, chat. We're gonna go right here. Overwrite the save. Return. Choose the green window. Whoever the 2 in the blue and red windows were, they both gave me a bad feeling. If they were that rude to each other, I probably don't stand a chance. Might as well go with the more polite one. I point to the green window. can't take that stuck-up blue window bitch either? Why don't you come home with me instead? 230. Jesus, you really can't keep that mouth shut. That mouth shut, can you? Are you really want to talk? With all that money, I bet your mouth's been open all the time. God damn! You disgusting little prick. You call me little one more time, and I'm gonna have to show you. 730. The low voice growled through the room. Both of the other windows went silent. Even the announcer seemed to be stunned. Sexism moment. No more bids then? The voice quieted down gruffly. Good. The announcer took a moment to regain his composure. Yippee green! I hear 730. Anyone else? Sold to the robust friend in the green. To my robust friend in the green. We'll prepare the shipments. We'll prepare the shipments to send out with you right away. Thank you very much for coming. Shipment? What does that mean? I felt a sharp jab in my ankle. Oh, you're alive again. OMG, makes a lot of sense. You having fun? Yes, I just got sold the green window because Chad apparently heard my dislike for camping and decided, why not? Back. I tried to bend down to inspect the pain, but I just crumpled to the floor. Drugged! We are getting drugged! It ain't even the good shit! There was pain in my leg and I couldn't move. I was seeing double and trying to speak, but I passed out. I woke up coughing. It's cold. Huh? I can't see. I took a moment to try and get my bearings. I'm laying down, my hands are tied, and I'm blindfolded. I like the Oro Green, we'll die good. I can't watch you play, sadly, mainly because I have too many hours on TPOF, so like everything is plain to me. Have fun though, my love. I will! This is gonna be a new experience for everyone else in chat. Let's check my status real quick. Health is 100%. Also, why are you texting me during stream as well? Do that after, Lamel. But you're awake! Sanity is 100%. I could do better on food, but I don't need food right away. Energy is good 12%. It is 12 o'clock. And it's not too cold. I pushed down at the wave of panic rising in my chest. I'm wearing something warm, but a cold wind was biting at my face and hands. I'm what? You're awake! Because of a different time zone. You're just flirting me in DMs. I am. You're flirting back. I'm definitely outside. Oh? My panic exploded from my control as I heard the gruff voice and heavy footsteps approaching. Okay, we're going to save this and return. Stay still, try to get up, talk. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, lag is bad. It's like so bad here. I think it's cute, but anyways, have fun, hon. Also, hi again, Lurk. Oh, well, baby. Let's try talking. Who are you? Where am I? I tried to keep my panic out of my face, but it bled through anyway. Looks like you're about ready, eh? What's with the A's? I could hear the heavy footsteps slowly circle my body. No, the suits gave me a name for you. Gray. Is that right? Before I could answer, he continued. Anyway, suppose we might as well have it even. You can call me Mason. If you're the talking sort. Now, I'm gonna be taking the blindfold off. Stand up. I'm gonna be bitch. Fuck you. Why should I make anything easier for this asshole? I braced myself for his reply. Having trouble? I heard him close the gap in one step. A large hand gripped the back of my clothing. Wait, no. I grasped as my body was pulled upwards quickly and firmly. I forgot about my protest as I suddenly adjusted to standing on shaky legs. The crunch of a twig told me he'd gotten very close. That's better. A hand gripped my blindfold. Alright, this is what you get when you pick green. How we feeling? I stepped back as my eyes adjusted. This guy is huge. My eyes darted everywhere, trying to get as much information as I could. I looked down at myself and saw clothing I have never seen before. I was wearing a warm outfit and a coat. What the hell? I approve. It's marketable. I can take him. No, Yen, you can't. You can't. There is no way you're taking this guy. Yep. It's a little late in the year. That's literally Mark Hamill. My attention snapped back to him. Your job is to survive. Mountain's a dangerous place, understand? To my surprise, he held out a small backpack. Supplies for the mountain. We're going to take the backpack. Okay, I cautiously grabbed the backpack. His name even starts with an M. I should probably take anything I can get at this point. I pulled the backpack back over my arms and looked at him. He nodded in approval. Alright. He grabbed something from behind him. Oh, run. Oh, fuck. Yippee, we dying. I turned around screaming internally at my body to move faster. I stumbled over roots, cursing my stiff legs. What the fuck was that? Something tells me this type of game is a byproduct of the FNAF community who made William Afton hot. No, it's the same developer as You Kill Me Every Time Straight. This was made like before the Ukmet Strayed Games development. Yippee a hunt! A crossbow? Just as I began to manage my muscles and the pounding blood in my ears, I heard a crack in front of me. Oh fuck! I glanced to the side just in time to see a crossbow bolt lodged deep in a tree beside me. I ran even faster than I knew I could. He's trying to kill me. I don't know how long I ran for. I ran until my lungs felt like they were full of glass shards. I slowed, but I kept moving, sucking in the cold air and forcing my aching limbs to move. Something caught my dragging feet and I fell to the ground. I lay there, shaking, trying to process what was happening. I would just rush him when he's reloading. Crotch shot! Okay, fair. But he has a knife. I'm guessing he has a knife because that's what we have in our inventory. Easy win. I listened for him. Nothing. Just the wind through the trees. I took a few deep breaths and looked around myself. We're going until we die for this route, and then I'm gonna show like who red and blue are. Yeah, but cross shot hurts. Yen is me. Yen is like me, trying to find a way to win. Everything looked the same, just trees and mountains. I held my arms close and tried to stay calm. The cold autumn was biting. It's colder than it looks out here. I have to find some way to get warm, or that crossbow will be the least of my problems. Keep actions. Go to sleep, search area. We got a knife. We got, I'm guessing trail mix. I'm guessing this is a fire starter and a map. Check our stats. Health is high. Sanity's at 90. We're not hungry yet. Energy is 23. It is 1300, and it's getting a little colder. Let's search the area. I look carefully around at the tall grasses of the meadow. I searched hard, but I couldn't find anything useful. As I walked forward, I noticed my pace slowing. Something was wrong. I stopped and looked around myself. The birds. The animals aren't making any sound. I was on my... What? I was knocked to my knees. Then I felt the pain. I gripped the ground and half stifled a scream. I looked down and could see the crossbow from the front of my thigh. What the fuck? Mason! I quickly whipped around, trying to see where it came from. He's here. I saw the slightest movement from behind a tree. Run. I turned on my heel and ran as fast as I could. The pain seemed to fade away as with the fear and adrenaline. I ran for as long as I could. My foot began to drag. My leg was no longer obeying me. Damn, that was quick. Yeah. I heaved, unsure of how long I'd actually been running. I slumped to the ground, my heart pounding. My leg was covered in blood. I think I got away. I glanced down at my body while catching my breath. I can't keep running with this. I gripped the tip poking out with my pant leg in the front. All the pain kept flooding back. I clenched my teeth and pulled hard. Thankfully, the bolt came out fairly easily. Or fairly easy, sorry. I held my leg with as much pressure as I could, hoping that it would stop bleeding. Judging by the ooze of blood, it hadn't managed to hit any major artery. I am wounded! I breathed slowly on the ground, clutching my leg. I've made it to the trees. I sat down against a large tree. Probably worse. Walk back to the clearing. No! That's certain death. Okay, we're gonna search the area. I searched around for something useful. I wandered through the trees, trying to remember where I've been. After several minutes of wandering, I spotted some color. 2 bushes not far apart seemed to have berries on them. 1 small purplish blueberries. They looked a bit like blueberries. The other had juicy red, with bright red, juicy-looking berries. These ones looked sort of like cranberries. I'm going to pick both. Beggars can't be choosers. Might as well take what I can get. We got the blueberries and the red berries. I picked all the berries I could find. Okay, what we're gonna do? Draw my location. I pulled the paper and drew out of the bag. I could draw a map and get my bearings with this. I had a thought that this might have been the exact reason he put the paper in the bag. Red and you're dead. Yeah. I shook my head. It doesn't matter. Map added. I scrawled a quick drawing of my surroundings and shoved the map back in the bag. We go deeper in the woods, guys. I shivered violently. It felt like the cold was going right through my entire body. One of the trees stood out among the rest. It's a lot bigger. I could get to the top. Maybe I could find a way out of here. Okay, let's check our stats. We're getting low on energy, so we're gonna have to call it quits. Actions. We're gonna search the area. I looked carefully through the bushes among the base of the tall tree. I searched hard, but I couldn't find anything useful. Let's inventory. Flint and steel, make fire. I searched around for some small dry bits to start my fire with. Luckily, there seemed to be plenty to work with. I gathered some wood and started to work with the flint. As the spark caught the tinder, I felt a sigh of relief. The warmth from the flickering light reached my hand and filled me with comfort. Now, we're gonna eat a little bit of the trail mix. Trail mix Bag of trail mix. I got it from Mason. I don't know if it's safe, but it smells okay. We're gonna eat. I pulled the bag of trail mix out of the bag. I popped it open and sniffed inside. I considered the idea that he might be trying to poison me. But why would he do that? He's made it pretty clear that he wants to hunt me. I grit my teeth at my own indecision before finally popping an almond into my mouth. We don't have marshmallows for, like... We should start more fires to confuse him. No, that would cause a wildfire. Plus, I don't have the option. It seems fine. Before long, I was devouring the contents of the bag. I was a little annoyed with myself for eating the whole thing, but the relief of not being hungry was worth it. Now, I'm gonna go to sleep. I woke to a slam on my chest. God damn, you could wait until... I could barely make sense of the pain as my brain struggled to wake up in panic. A dark A dark enormous shape covered me. Then I heard the sound of sniffing and began to make out some details in the dark. A bear. I screamed involuntarily and the bear reacted. Inches of claws sank into my chest with an impossible weight behind them. I fumbled for my knife. It doesn't give me a choice not to panic. I managed to grasp it and make a swipe at the face in front of me. It screamed with me. I'm dead. I kept screaming as huge jaws clamped down on my neck. My scream became a gurgle as the flesh from my throat was torn away. I had no time to process anything. Thankfully, everything went dark quickly. In a way, as everything faded, I thought this beast was merciful. You cannot attack it, you will not win. Let the games begin. Your first death. Aww. Baby's first death. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna load this, okay? But this time, we're picking the blue window. I thought about the voices I heard. The voice behind the blue window seemed a little softer than the others. I suppose if I had to choose a safer option, I pointed to the blue window. I know about brown bears, lol. I heard her light laugh. That's not too surprising, considering your options. I heard an obnoxious snort. You sound so full of yourself. You should relax and let someone fill you with something else for once. 230. 330. What the fuck? What's wrong? Did Daddy not give you a big enough allowance? Her laugh was quiet and cruel this time. That's what I thought. I hear 330. Anyone else? Sold to the elegant lady in blue. We'll prepare the shipment to send out with you right away. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming. Shipment. Okay, we can skip a lot of this. My head hurts. I am alive, at least. Bro, 330? I am worth a lot more than 330. My head hurts. I slowly opened my eyes and pried my face off the hard surface it was stuck to. A desk. I tried to pull away from the desk, making a loud clang. Handcuffs. Handcuffs. We cheap. Each of my hands was handcuffed to a desk, keeping me painfully seated in the chair and bent low. And my clothing? I didn't recognize it. Finally. Here is the lady in blue. Ladies and gentlemen and everything in between. And I gasped at the face of the woman looking down at me. Who? I can fix her! No, you cannot fix this one. I don't think you can. I don't know what they drugged you with, but I was starting to worry you'd just lay there drooling forever. Are you awake now? Good. My name is Celia. You can call me Celia or ma'am. She stepped a bit closer, eyeing me up and down. Something about her sharp gaze sent a shiver down my spine. This is the part where you introduce yourself. My name, I don't have to tell you anything. Stay quiet. My name is Gray. I don't see the point of resisting in this position. For a moment, she just kept looking at me, appraising. Good. She walked in front of the desk and tapped it gently with her nail. You were very expensive. 330 is fucking nothing! Giant face! Sorry. Guys. So I'm expecting you to perform. Just do as you're told. It isn't that hard. If you're good, you'll get to live. I'll bring you food and take care of you. If you're not, then you'll suffer. Then you suffer. Simple. Suddenly, the sound of a phone alert dinged. Okay, bruh, this is an interview? Okay, maybe you guys can fix her. She does have some qualities. The economy is so bad that 330 isn't a lot anymore. This was released in 2023. Damn, she's a trafficker. She turned around and started rapidly tapping at her phone. Fucking moron. Oh, this is a little loud. We're gonna turn this down a little more. It looks like it's like elevator noise. My gaze wandered around the old, dirty room. It definitely looks like it was abandoned. My eyes locked onto a dark stain at my feet. What the fuck? That was definitely blood. My attention was snapped away from the stained carpet as I heard her hiss a string of curses under her breath. Alright. Alright. Apparently I have to go babysit some man-children at work. I have to go. Wait. I think there's been some kind of mistake. I wanted her to call me a slur. Lurk. She probably would. If the game allowed it. I didn't sign up for this. I was kidnapped. That's not my problem. Now shut up. I'll be back later. She stepped towards the door. Oh, you're just gonna leave me like this? I pulled at the handcuffs. If you're a good little mouse, then maybe we'll get you somewhere more comfortable next time. Hmm? Yeah, she does seem like the type. She pulled the door open. And then she was gone. I listened to the click of her heels on the floor disappear outside. Soon after, only the mechanical hum of the fluorescent lights remained. I have no other choice but to stay here. Actions. Sleep, search area, struggle. Yeah, these are the handcuffs, guys. Status. Health, sanity. Getting a bit hungry. We got a little bit of energy, and we don't know what time it is. It is getting a little colder. Let's see what our actions are. Search area. I scan the room around me. There's a ton of old office supplies, shelves, and drawers to go through, but I can't move. Let's see. Struggle. I pulled at the handcuffs. We wait. The long chains each led to the desk. To a desk leg and kept me painfully bent over the table. I tried to lift the table. Arrgh! Something stuck. Be a good mouse. I tried to look below, but the handcuffs kept me in place. I think the desk is bolted to the floor or something. We're gonna stay here. There doesn't seem to be anything I can do. We can fix her! Is that what I'm gonna hear for Celia's section? Every time I play it, is we can fix her. Mm. I laid my head down and tried to get comfortable. Now we go to sleep. I tried to fall asleep, but I just wasn't tired enough. I stayed in the room at the desk. I shuffled slightly in the chair. The king chariot cannot be stopped. I think I can smell some kind of mold. I stay in the room at the desk. I try to keep my mind from wandering. What the hell does this woman, Celia, even want of me? Why is she doing this? My forehead hit the desk with a light thud. There's nothing I can do to figure any of this out. We're gonna search the area, scan around the room. There's a ton of old office supplies, shelves, and drawers to go through, but I can't move. Try that again. Come on, there's gotta be... Faint hum of the lights was interrupted by the light tapping of someone approaching the door. My heart rate jumped. It's the only I can hope for. A second later, she entered the room. There you are. Did you have a comfortable night? Honestly, I had no idea what time it was. Kept my head low. Well, now we've got plenty of time to break you in. Ma'am, I am not a puppy. I am not a, new couch. Don't break me in, please. I'm fragile. I'm fragile. I have a special job for you that I've been waiting for. Oh no, at least, I don't... I'm kind of scared now. She produced a black bag and another set of handcuffs. Something about my expression must have caught her eye, because she let out a light laugh. Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. Not if you behave, anyway. Again, she will call us a slur. We're going to play a little... We're just going to play a little role-playing game. Oh no! She walked behind me and placed the bag over my head. What are you doing? Pay attention. I just told you what we're doing. I felt that the drawstring of the bag tighten around my head. It was scratchy, but loose enough just to breathe through the bag. When she's not looking, I'd lock her in my basement. She's bad. Oh, fuck. I felt the click of a second pair of handcuffs around one of my hands. I felt a surge of adrenaline. She's going to uncuff me from the desk? This could be my chance. I'm not risking it. I don't know if she's packing heat or not. Stay calm. I wasn't really in a good position to fight back. I can't see at all. All bets are off if it's a pretty lady now. I thought of being moved from my uncomfortable position at the desk was enough to make me compliant. I felt her open the cuff on my left hand. I let my arm go limp as the metal dropped away. I'd heard her make a small sound of approval before she closed the second pair of handcuffs, binding my hands together behind my back. It was a relief to finally be out of that position. She grabbed my shoulders and guided me away from the desk. I couldn't see anything, so I stepped forward timidly. On your knees. Okay, we're gonna stop right here, and I'm gonna let y'all simp, since you're all doing it already. That's what I tell Celia. How did I fucking know? Simps! A lot of you are simps! Jaden has a plan. There wasn't much point in arguing. I crouched down and lowered myself to my knees as instructed. Now, I heard the creak of the office chair I previously occupied. It's time for some fun. Your name is Edward. Okay. I don't know what kind of fucking plan you've got. You steal ideas and have the composure of a weasel. I did not sign up for this BDSM shit. I heard the chair creak again, and her voice was closer. You're a bottom-feeding parasite who is incapable of original thought. Her voice had taken on a much sharper tone. Isn't that right? Until you hear me talk about Lisa Marie Varon, you just think this is simping. When you're about to be whipped. Yes, ma'am. That's right. I felt her heel on my back for an instant before being shoved face first to the ground. Whoever Edward is, fuck you. You pissed this woman off, and now I'm dealing with the issue. I groaned against the scratchy black bag as I felt her walk to my side and place a heel on my back. You fucking vermin. Started pressing the sharp heel of the toe into my flesh. You think you can screw with me? You. I writhed as she ground the heel down. Are worthless. I couldn't help but whine in pain. The sound seemed to affect her, since the weight of her foot left my back. I like how, so far, there are no specific gender. Edward is her dad. You can tell when they got daddy issues. I laid still as she paced quickly next to me. Get up. I got up off the floor onto my knees. Ooh, 2 angry slaps of her shoes approached, and then 2 angry taps of her shoes approaching were all of the warning I had before she kicked me ruthlessly inside. I couldn't breathe. I curled on my side, gasping, trying to get my lungs to work. I think all of this chat has daddy issues. We all got some form of issues. I'll crush you. I barely got a single gasp in before a second kick stabbed into my stomach. I clamped my mouth shut to keep the contents of my stomach down. Everyone will see you. Broken. Laugh. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm hungry. There's barely any energy. When I finally managed to wheeze, I immediately began coughing. I laid on the ground coughing and suppressing pained whimpers. I got both parental issues. I couldn't tell where she was. I listened and began to notice her breathing. She was practically panting. She didn't tell me to say anything, so we're gonna stay quiet. I focused on breathing and stayed as still as possible. I don't want to make her any more worked up. To my relief, I heard her taking in larger breaths. I heard her sit in the chair. You do look better like that. I flinched as I felt her shoe on my head through the bag. But she didn't put as much pressure on as before. She seemed to be just resting it there. I don't dare move, so I just lay there and tried to ignore my throbbing ribs. I felt her foot move a bit, and then I heard some soft shuffling. I tried to stay calm instead of imagining what she would do next. My fear slowly turned to curiosity as I heard nothing from her but breathing. What? I kept listening, realizing that her breathing was getting a bit louder. Then I noticed the weight of her foot was shifting rhythmically. Oh my god, is she? God damn it! Yeah! Bitch! I instantly froze up. She just moaned? My mind went in several directions at once before settling on just staying still. At least she's not kicking me. The pressure of her foot increased, slightly grinding my face into the bag. She's gooning! Yeah, she's gooning! I didn't expect this. I accidentally let out a muffled whimper. She responded with a harder press and a more audible moan. God damn it! Bruh, she a dummy mommy. Her foot jerked against my head, and I heard her breathing slow and deepen. I could feel my own face flush as she shoved me a final time, breathing out a cry through clenched teeth. I jerked in surprise as the chair suddenly creaked and she got up. She took a moment to catch her breath and pat her clothing. Good. You did well. Ma'am, you just... Fuck you! I heard her pacing for a few moments. She walked behind me and yanked my bag off abruptly. I kept still as she stared at me sharply. She seemed to be mulling over some decision. Suddenly, she stood up straighter and walked to the door. I think we're done here for now. Her gaze dropped to my handcuffs and she chewed her lip for a moment. I tried to appear as non-threatening as possible. I guess I'll take those. She roughly shoved me down and grabbed the handcuffs. Stay still. She popped open the metal restraints and took them. Can't have you choking yourself out with them. Do not make me regret that. She took the key. She took the cuffs off. Without any other words, she headed to the door and slipped out. I heard the click of a lock and her quick steps fading away. We're like a stress toy now. I sat up wincing. Well, I can sort of move around at least. I rubbed the red marks on my wrists and thought about what to do next. I can't leave the room. She just locked it. So, what we're gonna do is check our stats real quick. Running low on food and energy. We've been at this for 4 hours. Oh, we're doing good on time. It's like 1:58. Let's search the area. Filing cabinets, drawers, search the floor. We're gonna search the filing cabinets. I rummaged through all the filing cabinets and paper. Almost nothing but paper. A rusty stapler, batteries. There doesn't seem to be anything I can use here. Using here. Search area. Oh, we're searching the drawers now. I started at one end of the room and started going through everything. Every shelf and drawer was filled with dust, discolored paper. Wherever this place is, people haven't been here in a while. Kept shuffling through everything. Oh? At the back of a filing cabinet, something small and metal. I found the key! We have obtained a key. We're running low on food. A key. I quickly put it in my pocket. This is bound to come in handy later. Can I leave the room? You know what? One more search of the area, but this time the floor. Wait, what's that? I saw something shine on the floor in front of the door. Bro, she will kill us. I crawled over to pick it up. It looks like a hairpin. Maybe she dropped it on her way out. Yeah, boy! Leave the room because I'm getting hungry. I pushed the pin into the hole in the other handle. After some nudging, I managed to get a click. I turn the handle. It's open. I peeked out of the room. A long hallway ended in what appeared to be some sort of lounge area. More cabinets and papers littered the place. Past the lounge area was a door that looked like it went to another office. However, my attention was more focused on what appeared to be an elevator. Gotta pray. Gotta pray. This could be my ticket out of here. Go to a small office. Okay. Leave the room. Try the door at the end of the lounge. I walked through the lounge to the office door. No window. Can't see inside. You are a bad mouse. Jack? She just gooned as she, stepped on my face. No. Take the stairs. But there might be stairs outside or some kind of way out. I rather the doorknob. Of course, it's locked. Unlock the door. I pressed the key into the lock of the door at the end of the lounge. To my surprise, it went in all the way. Holy shit, is this the right key? I slowly opened the door. What the fuck? I tentatively entered the room. Definitely an office. It's cleaner, though. Someone's been in here. I stopped in place as I noticed something out of place. A picture of a man printed out and blown up. And darts in it. So Salia must use this room. She must really hate whoever that man is. Something about this room made me really nervous. But she might keep something useful in here. Tertiary. She has anger issues. Ooh, check the desk. This looks recently used. I checked the drawers. Paper, makeup, money. I briefly considered the cash, but money isn't going to help me here. Oh wait. At the back there was a bottle of expensive looking brandy and an empty flask. I pulled out the bottle. I put it back. She's gonna notice that's gone. I really imagined her drinking at this desk. The image was kind of sad. That's Edward for sure. God! Oh, that's probably Edward. I placed the bottle where I found it. Search the area. Storage. I started through the office storage. A lot of empty drawers. So far, nothing I can really use. Whoa. In a drawer by itself, there was a black device. Fuck yeah, taser! I can tase the shit out of her. This is kind of what you have to... This kind is... I tentatively pressed the button. Nothing. I checked it and popped the black screen open. No batteries. I huffed in annoyance. Well, I'm still keeping it. Search the area. Search the floor. I checked around the floor. It's pretty clean in here. There's pretty much nothing to do on the floor. Huh? There's something going up the wall behind the bookcase. I grabbed the bookcase and shoved it to the side. A door. I looked down with a keypad. I could feel my heart rate increasing. Taser. Used for autoerotic asphyxiation. Yeah, batteries are in the office, so I'm gonna have to go back in there. If she took this much care to hide this, it must... No, I'm not gonna use the number pad. We're gonna leave the office. We're going to go to the small office. Fuck, I didn't close the door. This is where I die, guys, because I didn't think. It was her again, and she didn't look very happy. As she walked in, I could tell something was wrong. Her calculating expression sent a shiver up my neck. Well? She stepped closer. It seemed to have been busy. What is she talking about? I began to sweat. Stand straight up. Got it. Bruh. Batteries are in the other office. I'm in this other office. I just fell asleep because there was no energy. I wasn't sure if it was fear or hesitation, but I failed to move for a moment. Yep, she's gonna shoot me dead. Don't worry, we're gonna escape a different route. I'm just doing like a blind play before going through routes to get all the endings. Because there's something very special if you complete the 3 main routes. My heart immediately began pounding as I saw her pull out a pistol. I stood straight up. What did I do? Strip. I balked. What? I don't like repeating myself. She aimed the gun at my legs. Shit! I shakily undid the buttons of the blazer I had been placed in at some point before waking up here. These are my clothes. As I pulled the jacket off, I paused for a split second in horror. The stuff in my pockets. I threw the blazer onto the floor, hoping she didn't notice my pause. I squeezed my eyes shut and pulled off the shirt. She knows. She has to know. Dread was weighing my limbs down. I undid the pressed formal pants. My phone is dying, chat. I'm going to try the best I can. Kept shaking and sweating. I tried to just concentrate on my task. Don't think about the gun. Okay, hi Nintendo Mail. We're gonna get shot at. Don't think about the hand holding it. I froze. She's looking right into my eyes. I could tell. She knows everything. I flinch as she begins to speak. I didn't tell you to stop. All that's left is my underwear. With the tilt of her head and the flick of the gun, the message was crystal clear. Hey, good gameplay, lol. The fear for my life kept me from any shame until this point. But as I slowly pulled off my underwear, the exposure hit me like a wave. She kept her eyes on me as she bent down to pick up the blazer. I tried to cover myself, hands down. I stiffly complied, feeling my face getting hotter. I really shouldn't be concerned about my nudity at a time like this. I chewed my lip. A new wave of fear took my attention away from my embarrassment as she rummaged through the pockets. Oh, you have been busy. My blood turned to ice as she dropped the blazer and its contents. I tried to think of an excuse. Yep, I'm dead. Ah! I fell to the ground screaming. Pain exploded from the bullet hole in my knee, below my knee, and crumpled around it, watching blood begin to pour from it. My mind was racing through incomplete thoughts. Hey, Jack of Slaves! You like this angle? No, ooh. I picked the they-them option. It should still apply. My panic was interrupted by a kick, forcing me flat on my back. I screamed again as she stepped on the fresh wound. Best. Sit on the face before shooting, Celia! Celia isn't gonna do that. I don't think. I screamed again as she stepped on the fresh wound. It's a shame you had to be so much trouble. You're pretty cute, actually. You're actually pretty cute. When all you're wearing is blood. Another explosion in my shoulder. My ears were ringing so loudly. I couldn't tell if I was screaming or not. Perfect position, though. Panic blurred my vision. Is she talking? I think I'm begging now. I can't hear myself. There's blood everywhere, all over my skin. I tried to focus. I stared down the barrel of the gun and saw her finger move. No. You were stripped. Okay, that's, one death for Mason, one death for Celia. Technically, one death for the bear and one death for Celia. Now, what we're going to do is we're gonna go to the red window, okay? Choose the red window. It's not like It's not like I even know who any of them were. Maybe the youngest sounding ones would be safer. I pointed at the red window. More Celia. I will play more Celia. I'm just making like separate save files for all of them. That way, we don't have to like check through the questions again. I mean, we do have to, but it's gonna be for someone different. Time for Edward. I pointed at the red window. Oh! They're a smart one. Good taste. 230. 240. Fuck off! 250. 260. You wouldn't even know what to do with them. I heard the announcer chuckling softly. I guess he didn't care if they were fighting as long as the price went up. I don't feel pain that we get her to make us feel it. Okay. Why don't I show you firsthand what I plan to do with them? 270. Honey, you couldn't even afford to lick my shoe. Enjoy your toy, little boy. I hear 270. Anyone else? Sold. To the obstreperous? Edward is either dead or the red man. Man, 270? Yeah, it gets cheaper each route. Wow, we are cheap. So the obstreperous gentleman in red. We'll prepare the shipment to send out with you right away. Thank you very much for coming. Shipment. Okay, we skip. The sound of a motor began to cut through the darkness. Before I opened my eyes, I felt someone grab my arms. How are you still asleep? Wow, we're in the fucking desert. My eyes snapped open as the hands dragging me dropped my head unceremoniously onto the hot sand. Wakey, wakey. Obstreperous. Noisy and difficult to... Oh. I'm fucked. Yo, Fallout moment. I coughed in the dry heat. Where? My question died in my throat as I looked around and realized that there were more people here. Wow, even cuter than the last one. Yeah. Hey, Derek, how much did you pay this time? Shut the fuck up. He's not even denying it. Huh? What the hell is going on? It was apparent that the angry blonde guy was the one that brought me here. My arms were tied behind my back, and my legs were tied together. I struggled to push myself to sit upright so I could see better. There were other people tied up like me, 2 men and a crying woman. Okay. There we go. Try to communicate with the other captives. I listened in quietly towards the other captives before whispering. What is happening? Why are we? Where are we? I think they're gonna kill us. The woman started crying harder. I looked down at myself. Just a tank in underwear. Same as the others. Are they really? I froze as I saw another mask. The three arguing men were so loud that I didn't notice a fourth man in the back. Yeah, def goes Celia. I like being shot. I'll take being shot a second time than be in the desert. Okay, after this we're gonna return to Celia. Alright? We're gonna return to Celia. And we're gonna finish as many routes as I can before we end the stream. The three arguing men were so loud that I didn't notice a fourth man in the back. He seemed to be staring straight at me. Come on! Let's just start. Jesus Christ, Eric. You don't have to. You have the patience of a toddler. Shut up. I've waited a whole fucking year for this. The sound of an approaching motor caught everyone's attention. Finally. I struggled against my bindings. This bitch is gonna beat us up. Struggled against my bindings. The terror building in my chest was telling me that I really don't want to find out what these people were waiting for. The sound of the engine stopped with the muttering of the three men. The rope wasn't budging. There he is! Oh, I was talking personally. Another man in a mask emerged, roughly dragging a bound woman. She was fully awake and wildly thrashing. I recoiled back automatically as he came close and dumped her face first in the sand next to me. Damn, Jack! Another wild one? Let me go. I flinched as I watched him kick her down to silence her. Oh, fuck. Well, it's either I do Celia first, or I just hold off on Celia until the end, because, less, requirements. Like, Celia needs, like, a lot more attention due to, something that I want to keep a surprise as much as possible. Because why not? Okay, so we a dude. Leaning more dude. But, a lot of the dialogue changes if I picked she, her. I flinched as I watched him kick her down to silence her. It's better that way. The older-looking masked man stood up straight, cracking his back and neck. You just want to edge us? Maybe. Hello. Hello, Arena. Nice to meet you. Thank you for subscribing. Wow. Ah, I see. I missed. So, are we ready to get started then? Hell yeah. We should do the blood thing again. It really sets the mood for the rest of them. Sets the mood. It's important. Sure. Might as well kick it off. Yeah, okay. Which one, though? I want to chase mine. We can do one of ours. Hey, wait! We only really need one. Yeah. Alright, fine. Oh! The girl then! The crybaby! No, please! You two okay with dropping one of yours? Yeah, sure. The one named Jack approached the sobbing woman and grabbed her. He dragged her into the middle of the group. Ooh. You know what? We gotta save baby girl. We gotta save the girl. We gotta save the crybaby. I couldn't just let this happen. I struggled to get up on my knees. Stop! Oh? Suddenly all their attention was on me. A wave of fear and regret passed through my body. What's wrong? Do you want to take your place? What? They're mine! You know the rules. But you just called dibs on yours. Are you going to fight me on this? No. Good. Suddenly, Jack was grabbing me by the arm and dragged me into the middle. Two with lizard masks moved the crying woman back to her original spot. Let's just get on. Let's get started on our eager volunteer. Derek knelt down and slapped my face with no warning. The yelp I let out from the sting seemed to really capture his attention. We die now, yeah, it's an easy kill. He flashed the knife deliberately in my field of vision. Beg for me. Many, refuse. I kept my mouth shut. Why would I give him what he wants now? I cried out in pain as he dragged the knife roughly through my collar. Ha! The knife hurt, but something in his intense focus was more concerning to me. He just stared right into my eyes as he cut me. Sorry guys, but it seems I gotta take you down. It's fine. It was enough to stop me from noticing the hands on my legs. When I finally realized it was too late, I shrieked as another knife plunged deep into my leg. I couldn't stop from crying in pain now. Derek held my face tightly in front of him. I wanted to stop crying, but his excited grin scared me more. Win! You can do it, Jack of Slides. My body was shaking from the pain in my leg as he ran his thumb over my cheek through my tears. This can't be happening. Stop, please. Once again, Derek's fixated stare distracted me from what was going on behind me. Jack's hands gripped my hips and lifted me. My whole body jerked as he touched me. Where was my underwear? Did he cut it off? I squirmed and flushed with disgusted embarrassment as I felt him touch me. Derek was laughing like a hyena. There was too much going on at once. More blades cut into my back, filling my mind with pain again. I tried to look back. They must be all around me now. but Derek was still gripping my face. Something pressed against my flesh behind me, and I knew what was coming next. No. Oh. Sorry for anyone who gets triggered for what I'm about to read next. Jack's fingers dug into my thighs as he thrust it into me. I screamed, ignoring Derek's excitement at my reaction. Knives were still cutting into my back, and I could feel myself breaking down. I sobbed, not even knowing what direction I could squirm if I still had enough strength. I still had the strength. I could hear Jack panting behind me, thrusting painfully hard. You're going all quiet. I didn't have the strength to scream anymore. Well, if you're not gonna use your mouth, god damn it. Can I bite him? My mental preparations turned into confusion as I saw his expression change. Hey, wait! Something hit me on the back. Something hit me on the back and on the back of my neck and sent the world spinning. I can't feel my body. God damn it, Machete! Everything was fading. It didn't hurt anymore. You volunteered your first blood. I believe in Jack Plays. He can win. Yeah, he can win this. Let's see. How long have I been live? Okay, we're gonna do one more Celia round. We're gonna do one more Celia. Or we're gonna do one more ending, okay? One more ending. And then I'm gonna end for the day. We free, and then we're gonna stream this again tomorrow, but not Friday but probably not Friday since it's a work day. I don't think, you know what, since it's like Thanksgiving weekend, I'm going to stop streaming on the 20th. And we will reconvene on December 1st, okay? I'm going to especially schedule this for December 1st. Okay? We did good for 2 streams of one day, okay. But since we did 2 streams today, there's gonna be no stream on Friday. So our last stream before the holidays is gonna be tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys for the awesome stream. I really enjoyed playing this with you guys.